Hi everyone, welcome to another video from Nirvana for you. My name is Dipanita, and today's video is going to be a little short, and of course it's going to be a little different. Now, in my career as a therapist, when I've dealt with series of patients from different backgrounds and different issues, I have often found that people take it very casually, when they indulge in drinking or smoking or any other forms of indulging in any other usage of substances that can be weeds or any marijuana, heroin, etc. So, and they say the fact that they say is I just I don't take it, I don't overindulge in any of these things, it is balanced and everything. And in no time, that if after 6 or 7 months, they are the same group of people who will come and say that I think I'm forming an addiction and I want to get rid of that. So I thought that it is important or for all of you to know that is there any a self mechanism that you can have by which you can understand that whether whatever substances that you are dealing that you are using in your daily life, are you actually abusing those substances, like are you actually a victim of substance abuse, or you are just a social drinker or just take it occasionally and not too much or not overindulgence of it. So there is this very a simple tool which we call a cage screening tool basically. So not that you need to know too much of technicalities, but yes, cage, what does it mean. So when you feel caged, that is where the substance abuse has taken place. So what is the CAGE stands for? And yes, it is an acronym. So C, basically there are 4 questions. So I'm going to take it very slow so that in case any one of you want to write it down, you can take it down and then ask yourself these questions, and you will have the answer that whether you are a victim of substance abuse or it's within balance. Although I would say that if you are taking or if you are indulging in drinking or smoking just as a social drinker, party drinker, it is still acceptable. But if you're just doing it for reducing anxiety, it's an unhealthy way of doing it, and in no time anxiety it will lead to addiction, which we have already discussed before. Okay, so coming back to the cage screening tool. So what is the CAGE? So these are basically 4 questions, and the questions are, the first is the C. So I'll start with C. Is the first question is, have you ever thought that you should cut down on your drinking or smoking or any other kind of substances that you indulge in? So C stands for cutting down. Have you ever thought of cutting down on your drinking or smoking or any other forms? So the next one is A. A is, have anybody else with your family or anybody, the A doesn't stand for anybody though, A stands for annoy. So anybody else who has annoyed you by asking you to cut down on your drinking or ask you questions about your drinking or your smoking or any kind of substance abuse. So basically C means if you have felt it yourself that you should cut down on your substance abuses or substance indulgence. A is whether other people have annoyed you by asking questions that why do you indulge so much into various substances. Okay, so C done, A done. G stands for that, do you think that you are do you feel guilty when you indulge in this thing? So usually you do it, and once you get back to your senses after everything is done, then you go on a guilt trip. No, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done that. So do you feel guilty about indulging in drinking or indulging in smoking or any other kind of substance indulgence? Okay, so what is E? E stands for eye opener. An eye opener does not mean that suddenly you have an insight. Eye opener basically means, have you ever started your day with a shot of any drinks or a fag or like a smoking or any other weeds or anything? So you open your eye, you start your day with any kind of substance indulgence. Okay, so 4 things. C stands for, have you felt that you should cut down on your substance indulgence? A, whether other people have annoyed you by asking these questions. G, whether you find guilty or whether you feel guilty for indulging in substances. And E stands for whether you have opened your eye, you have started your day with using or indulging in any kind of substances. And if the answer is yes to even 2 of it, then you are a victim of substance abuse. Now at this point you might just feel, oh my god, I am a victim of substance abuse, I have not realized. That is exactly how it is. We don't realize while we are forming the addiction, we realize after the addiction has formed. Okay, so I think it's high time that if you think that you are a victim of substance abuse, then you should start reducing it consciously by not completely giving it up, but on a slow basis. Keep shorter goals of reducing it. B, you have to first identify why you indulge into substances. Are there certain triggers that something happens and then you suddenly have this this urge to go and take a drink, grab a drink, or go and have a smoke. And third is, are you trying to fight anxiety or trying to repress any emotions which you are trying to combat using these substances? And if you think you are not able to answer, you know whom to contact. So that is pretty much that I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope you find it useful, and if you have any questions, comments, you can post it below the video. Feel free to share it, and thank you for watching this, and keep the dialogue flowing.